Hello, this is Fear Dragon coming at you with another StarCraft 2 netcast. Today we have an awesome Protoss vs Zerg from the Dreamhack Valencia tournament, and I believe this is also from the round of 8, so we're going to go ahead and jump in and introduce who these players are playing. Spawning up here in the top right hand corner of Daybreak, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid, the foreign team, but he's a Korean Protoss player, and his name is LiquidHerO. He is a Code S level Protoss player and one of the best in the world, very well known for his innovative kind of styles of harassment and getting away with as few units as possible and playing almost kind of greedy, but still somehow managing to get away with it. And his opponent, spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner of Daybreak, we have the Norwegian Zerg, and his name is going to be Targa, representing Team MindFreak. He is currently has not really competed too much in tournaments outside of the C area, but he has made a few appearances at a couple of others, such as the Norway WCS Nationals, where he actually took 3rd place. But outside of that, he is not quite as well known as his opponent. We're going to see what he has planned in this game to take it in this best of 3 series. Now, once again, just kind of really quickly and briefly going back to LiquidHerO, I mentioned that he is a very well-known and very top-notch level Protoss player, and actually he won one of the previous winter Dreamhacks. I don't actually remember what city it was held in, but he is definitely going to be looking and one of the favorites to actually win this Dreamhack right here at Dreamhack Valencia. So really curious to see how he's going to decide to play this out. We do see this probe moving out and around, as well as this probe. It's kind of interesting. Looks like this probe might just be there to plant down that proxy pylon, and of course this proxy pylon really just there to block the hatchery, and of course Targa's just going to go ahead and take that natural expansion over as 3rd instead. And meanwhile, Spawn Pool is going to also be finishing up, and that's going to allow him to get those Zerglings out to deal with that pylon. It looks like the pylon even getting cancelled, and he's just going to try and block that as long as possible. In the meanwhile, we do see a Forge first opening from LiquidHerO, so playing a little bit safe, doesn't want to go too crazy, and we do see, oh my god, this probe actually walking the way down, and oh no, Targa has no vision of this, as those hatcheries, those building hatcheries, just don't have the vision range that they need to see behind the mineral line. And now Hero can plant down 1 extra pylon, and then he will be able to plant down a cannon right here. Only 1 drone or Zerg will be able to attack over here. This is going to be so bad for Targa if he does not scout this out. And we do see the Zergling actually is going to be coming around, but the cannon has started. LiquidHerO can block this cannon off on this side over here with just a single pylon. Does the Zergling see it? No, he doesn't see it until the last second, and now the Zergling is going to start whacking away at that probe, but he needs to start whacking away at that pylon. This is almost certainly going to force a cancel out of this hatchery, and you know what? He's going to be able to take this natural expansion over here, but of course, excuse me, look at LiquidHerO's natural expansion. His hatchery is, or his nexus is almost finished, and he even has the cannon up to deal with him kind of poking Zerglings. And oh my god, Targa actually lets it finish. What on earth? And actually he went for the 2nd cannon. So oh my god, this is seriously a big committal by LiquidHerO. I'd love to see him cancel this cannon over here, as he should feel pretty comfortable with these 2 cannons over here to say like, hey, I'm basically going to be able to kill off this hatchery. There's nothing you can do about it. But we do actually see Targa moving across the map with a couple of Zerglings. You can see how much damage he can do, and you know, there is a little bit of room over here that he can kind of try and do a little bit of a run by, but that cannon is finished up, and he's going to have to be very careful. LiquidHerO will be able to complete this wall off with a gateway and just hold position that probe right there, or actually 7x probe since the gateway is complete. But yeah, he's going to be able to hold position, and oh no, actually, LiquidHerO actually moving his probe that was properly held position just to plant down that pylon, and now the Zerg is going to run in, and we see the probe block, but no, he doesn't end up getting it. But look at how low health all of these Zerglings are, but still at the same time, they're going to be so annoying for LiquidHerO to deal with. Look at all this lost mining time, and he is going to be losing a couple of probes. No, actually managing to pull back that weakened probe just in time. Now trying to go for the surround on these Zerglings. Actually managed to pick off 3 of them, and only 2 are left. Very low health at the same time, but look at this. LiquidHerO able to pick off that expansion of Targa, and actually didn't actually end up canceling that 3rd cannon. A little bit of a blunder there, a bit of an overcommittal, but still he's going to be feeling pretty okay. I'd have to say that, you know, LiquidHerO did invest quite heavily into all of this cannoning and such. And even though he did delay that third by quite a bit, that third is going to be taken over here. And LiquidHero's own build is kind of delayed, and we do see only one Zergling really remaining. But the nice thing for that Zergling is that he got to see the timing of these gas geysers, and of course, oh no, actually gets picked off by that probe. That probe has 2 kills, feeling like they're total badass, saying, what do we need zealots for? But of course now we see LiquidHero grabbing his 3rd and 4th gas geysers a little bit later than you might normally see, and actually only really grabbing that 3rd right now just because he was so delayed, having to pull all those probes to deal with that Zergling threat, as well as investing so heavily into this cannon. So even though he has delayed his opponent is gonna not actually be in that bad of a situation. I mean, he is going ahead and grabbing those gas geysers. We can see in the worker count that, you know, he is around 43 drones and is going to continue to drone up like a madman. We see that's going to be plummeting up about another 10 or so drones in just a second. But of course, in the meanwhile, he will also be getting that gas, so he will be able to go to that lair tech. And we actually see a roach popping out just so we can deal with any kind of aggression that LiquidHero is going to be putting on, unless we don't end up seeing a lair coming out anytime. And that would actually be very interesting to see if Targa decides to delay that lair. As we do see a couple of roaches popping out, but at the same time he is going to go ahead and get a scout out, see what exactly is LiquidHero up to. He sees these 3 gateways, and if he gets a chance to poke in maybe over here, he might actually end up seeing over at the natural expansion there is a robox facility, but these 2 sentries are slowly, ever so slowly, going to tase their way through that Overlord's health, and there it goes, pop. And of course this Overlord, I kind of would have liked Targa to have also sent in that Overlord at the same time, would have allowed him to get the perfect scout off to see what exactly Hero is going for. But in the meanwhile, we do see just sentries being produced out of Hero, and of course Targa did end up seeing what the timing was on those gas geysers, or at least has a general idea of it, so he knows kind of what Hero might be up to. And yeah, we do see that lair starting to morph in. He knows that because normally that timing push that Protosters would like to go for around 10 minutes is going to be a bit delayed just because of all of this, which is, oh my god, it's actually still there. And we do see Hero even trying to get a zealot warped out just so we can go ahead and try and get a scout off and see, hey, has my opponent actually taken a 3rd? Well, it looks like he actually has seen that that 3rd was taken, but doesn't have 100% confirmation that that was taken over there. But of course, he must know it, seeing that, you know, his opponent just hasn't all-in him just quite yet. And we do see the Warp Prism making its way across the map, and we do see the sentries loaded, but no, they're going to be denied by those roaches. Really nice positioning by Targa. Has those roaches over in his main, and now is actually going to be sending a couple more over just to make sure he doesn't get caught off guard. I would like to see him actually send a couple down over here just so he can make sure he doesn't get force field out of his main, or out of his natural, I should say. But of course, there are a couple more roaches popping, and this Warp Prism coming back in. Oh my god, the roaches are leaving the main, and oh my god, Hero with the double timing, the completely unnatural and not really you would never suspect it, just comes back in with the Warp Prism for the second time and says, hey, are you still keeping your roaches in the main? And oh my god, these roaches do pop in the main though, so they will be able to do some good damage. They managed to pick off one of the sentries, I believe, and now only 2 sentries left. These 2 sentries do get the reforce sealed, and look at all these roaches trapped out. They want to really get back in and defend, but oh my god, the Queens are going to be able to pick up the Warp Prism. The Warp Prism goes down. Oh no, Hero, he's going to be stuck with just these sentries over here. He's going to have to make do with just the number of force fields he has in this, from the sentry count right now. He does have 2 more additional force fields. There goes down 1 more, but he's going to be able to do a lot of damage, economic damage, mainly over to the sports. And we do see the sentries are going to get picked up. Does he get a last force field off? No, does not get that last force field off. And now these stalkers are basically just going to get trapped and killed off. They're going to see how much damage they can do. We do see a pretty decent number of workers killed. Actually, not quite as high as Hero might have liked, considering he invested in those 3 sentries. But at the same time, we see an engagement over here. Targa moving across the map, but actually getting some roaches caught completely off guard, and we can see that these Immortals are just racking up those kills, as well as these Stalkers also doing a good job, and Hero with some nice little pullback control, able to clean up all those roaches that were moving across the map to try and deal some additional damage to Hero, knowing that Hero had invested so heavily in that drop. But at the same time, now we see 3 Immortals out with +1 already complete. We see +1 melee or missile attacks is going to be completing in just a little bit. But at the same time, oh my god, Targa is actually going to be cleaning up these cannons over here, and that's going to leave his third completely vulnerable. Oh my god, look at the Overlord clump, and now we see all the Overlords getting targeted down. A force field going down just to stop any kind of incoming roaches and slow them down from being able to come in and defend this third expansion. And look at how heavily Targa is going to be supply blocked now. We only see one Overlord on the way. He's going to need way more than that to actually unsupply block himself. And now we see the roaches starting to come in from that third expansion. But look at this, they're just getting force field off so freaking well. And look at this amazing War Prism micro from Hero, keeping both of those Immortals alive and just racking up the kills on them. And there we see the GG well played from Targa, realizing he's going to have to tap out as he was just out of position for that army and just completely killed his chance of being able to defend his third, as well as getting supply blocked, all those Overlords clumped up, stopped any kind of reinforcements, and man, just killer micro from Hero, also doing those great force fields on the ramp, that great pickup micro with the Immortals, and also those good force fields, stopping those roaches from really being able to do what they want to do, and that's just get up to that Protoss ball and hug them like the little roaches, and cute little roaches they are. I'm a Protoss player, so I was about to say something a little bit worse than cute little roaches. But anyways, that's going to spell the end of game number 1. This is a best of 3 series, so please go ahead and click that annotation in the bottom right hand corner to go to game number 2. And also please, before you do it, go ahead and like and leave a little comment below, so giving any kind of feedback or, you know, what your thoughts about this game were or anything of the sort. Anyways, I don't want to keep you guys too long, so let's go ahead and jump into game number 2 and see if Targa is going to be able to bring this series back. I'll see you guys there.